comments. Hello everyone, let's have more news about the Miami Heat, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, as the Miami Heat search for the perfect prospect to invest in at number 20 overall in the 2025 NBA Draft. Adu Thiero represents an opportunity to elevate the current core and simplify the game for Bam Adebayo. Miami has a captivating collection of players who have the undeniable potential to form one of the best teams in the association. Patience is a rare commodity, however, as any time a team has recently made the NBA Finals, the timeline of their expected success is expedited. As the Heat search for ways to bridge the gap by utilizing the number 20 pick to land an impact player, a specialized skill set is exactly what they need. The arrow may not be the scoring threat that some are hoping for, but he checks the box in an equally as valuable way. Furthermore, it's a more realistic projection that he could emerge as a starting caliber player than it is for Miami to believe it has the next great scoring champion just waiting for it at number 20. For a coach like Eric Spoelstra, there simply aren't many prospects quite as ideal as Thiero, a defensive force who can thrive in Miami. Thiero is a fascinating prospect. He stood at 6'0 as a junior in high school, but is now 6'6", 0.25 without shoes and 218 pounds. He also boasts a 7'0 wingspan that he utilizes to great effect in a disruptive capacity on the defensive end of the floor. A special athlete who effortlessly plays above the rim and appears without a moment's notice, Thiero ranked 6th in the SEC in block percentage in 2023-24 and 10th in steal percentage in 2024-25. Thiero is admittedly still figuring out how to put it all together, which could scare teams off considering he's 21 years of age. The progress he made from 2023-24 to 2024-25, however, is confirmation of how absurd his upside truly is. Now let's go to another video. Don't forget to leave a like.
It's like I don't even know what's going to happen with him. You have the off the court drama going on right now. You have conflicting reports about if the Pelicans are going to build with Zion in their long-term future. They're actively looking to trade him. No one knows what's going on. Well, we might have a little bit of clarity, and it's not going to stop us from talking about a potential Zion trade, but Joe Dumars, the legendary Pistons player who is now the head of basketball operations in New Orleans, had a quote the other day that tells us he's staying in New Orleans. Like, Joe said that I've had some real honest conversations with him, some real direct and honest conversations. We're going to go forward with Zion. He's going to continue to be a focal point here as we go forward. Now, who knows in this day and age in the NFL, the NBA, whatever sport it is, anytime a player's name gets brought up in trade talks, and one in Zion who doesn't have a lot of value right now, you might want to try to up the value by saying you want to keep him, but maybe he's telling the truth and Zion's going absolutely nowhere this offseason. It's kind of hard to tell, but either way, it's mid-early June, and we're going to talk about maybe trading for Zion and give my thoughts. Before we do that, hit that like button because it tells YouTube and my bosses we're doing a good job, but it also shuts Marshall Green up over at the Knicks Now channel because he was talking some rah-rah, said we couldn't beat him in a one-video battle. We've had these battles in the past. I don't know why we're so popular. Everybody challenges us to a battle. They got 237. Let's crush them. Let's get 250. F the Knicks. FF Marshall Green. All right, obviously, we have to address the elephant in the room. Zion has some off-the-court issues, and it's not just him not being able to control his weight. He's got some other issues as well. There's the rape allegations. That's not anything good. You never want to hear that. You never want to see that in general. But that's the truth, and those are floating out there. So if you are trading for Zion, you have to know this baggage comes alongside him. Now, it could be dismissed. It could be realized, and he's out of the league. Either way, you have to know this is a red flag, and it's one of the many reasons why I'm very, 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 very skeptical of trading for the former first overall pick. But this is how Miami got linked to Zion, and this is what I wanted to talk. Well, Shaman Dua, who covers the NBA and the Pelicans, was talking about Zion's trade value and referenced the off-the-court concerns and the allegations and saying how this is going to really lower his value in trade, and you're going to have to get really bad contracts and likely no picks. But if you do get a pick, it's a late pick. So an example would be Andrew Wiggins and Duncan Robinson from Miami for Zion Williamson and some small salary just to kind of make it even. And I'll say this. I don't want to trade for Zion because of the off-the-court concerns, and I'm not that big of a fan of his game and fit in Miami. But to get a talent like Zion with his upside for only Andrew Wiggins and Duncan Robinson, be relatively hard to say no if that's what it took. Like, if you don't have to offer any picks, like maybe Wiggins, Duncan, and a second for Zion Williamson, like it's hard to not be intrigued with that idea. So before I go forward on today's show, let me know your thoughts. Do you have an interest in Zion Williamson with a potential trade? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Let's talk about Zion some more, because he is not someone who stays on the basketball court often. This is the past 4 seasons he has played in. You look at the yearly kind of metrics here, you see a gap in years. There's no 2021-2022 season. Yeah, it's because he missed the entire season and played only 29 games in 22-23, missed most of the season this past year, which is why the Pelicans have the number 6 pick in the draft and came into the lottery with the 4th best odds. But obviously, yeah, Zion is as an elite as a slasher, elite as a finisher inside the paint as you could find in the NBA due to his size, movement, and athleticism. But I'll be honest here, folks. Even if it only cost you Andrew Wiggins, Duncan Robinson a second, I don't know if I can get behind trading for Zion Williamson. I really don't know if I can. There's a lot of reasons why. We'll go through 4 of them here in a second. But one of the reasons is I just don't think he's that conducive to winning for a player that's getting paid mid $40 million per season. Like, I mentioned how elite Zion is as a slasher. You look at his career shot chart, you look at his shot chart last season, you're going to see as good as you can find in that painted area. 50%, 6% better than league average in the paint. At the restricted area, he's got 64.1%, actually just barely under league average. And you see all the reds. He doesn't take mid-ranges. He doesn't take a lot of threes. And even if when he does take them, he's not efficient. Shot 22% from 3 last season. Has never really shot above 35%. Like, if you are looking at the Heat's core, he doesn't fit with us. When I talk about the Heat core, now you could have a conversation on if this should even be holding you back. But right now, your current build is Tyler Hero, it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Kel'el Ware. That's where you're going forward with. You might be able to throw Jovic in there. Maybe he gets traded. But either way, you're building around Hero, Bam, and Ware at this point. Where does Zion play? Are you going to have a front court of Zion, Bam, and Ware? It's got to be the worst floor spacing front court in NBA history. Like, the only way he fits is if you take out Bam and replace him with Zion. But due to Bam's infinitely close enough better defensive ability, I would rather have him. And Bam at least stays on the basketball court. Yeah, Zion's more aggressive offensively and puts up better numbers on the offensive end. I'll take Bam because he plays. He's not a headache off the court. You don't have to worry about anything there. And he plays elite defense. So where's the fit? I just don't see it. More coming here with Zion, but we do got to show some support to our sponsor, which is Prize Picks, the daily fantasy sports app and platform I play every single day. Do you know ball? I certainly do. There's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. It means time is running out for you to put your finals takes to the test on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. You can combine basketball with baseball, hockey, esports, golf, and much more, and you can get up to 2,000 times your cash today when you make an entry up to 6 players. I have a 3-player entry for the entire series between Thunder and Pacers. We just saw Game 1 last night. I've got for the series less than Tyrese Halliburton points per game, less than Andrew Nembhard 1.2 3-pointers made per game, and then more than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 33.1 points per game. We'll see how this progresses throughout the entire series, but it's so easy to play. All you do is pick more or less. And by the way, you're watching this on Friday. Today is Flex Friday, so make sure you opt in and check the box in the lineup builder to be eligible for a protected play. If your lineup doesn't win, you get your net losses back in promo funds up to your promo limit after the lineup settles. Get started with Prize Picks today. Download the app. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. One of the reasons why I am very skeptical, aka not in on a Zion Williamson trade, is, well, let's list them all off here. I've already talked about the fit. I've talked about the injury, the off-the-court concerns. Well, how about the financial aspect of it? Because he's making $39, $42, and $44.8 million over the next 3 seasons before he's an unrestricted free agent. He got the max rookie scale extension a couple years back. And I think if you ask New Orleans right now if they could go back in time and not offer this, they would not offer it to Zion Williamson. So let's recycle through all the reasons why I'm out on Zion Williamson. Number 1, off the court issues. You got the rape allegations, terrible. Don't want that associated with the Miami Heat whatsoever. He also can't stay on the floor. We showed the games played. He missed an entire season in 2021-22, playing 30 games last year, playing 29 games 3 seasons ago. Yeah, he's kind of mixed in there a 70-game season, a 60-game season, but consistently can't stay on the floor. He's overweight, and the play style he has, it's not conducive with his body profile. You just got to call a spade sometimes. Am I the most chiseled person ever? Hell no. I'm fat too. But I'm also not jumping off the gym and running up and down every day, stressing out my knees. And that's a serious concern if you try to attach yourself long-term with Zion Williamson. Third reason, doesn't fit with Bam and Ware. That's your front court of the future. Unless you trade Khalil Ware, which I would certainly not do for Zion Williamson. I don't think anyone would want to. People are getting on me in the comments for saying I would consider trading Khalil Ware for Kevin Durant if the Heat didn't attach any picks to Khalil Ware. That's a different conversation for a different day. Either way, I do not see a way you can play Ware, Bam, and Zion together. And why would you want to bring that into the Heat's organization? And the final reason is the contract that we just showed. You're married to him for 3 seasons at $40 million per year. Because I truly believe if you traded for Zion and you wanted to move off of him because he stinks, can't stay on the court, or as off the court issues pop up again, then no team is going to want to trade for him. So then you're stuck letting that contract rot out. It just doesn't make any sense for Miami to do this. I know there are people out there that are intrigued with buying low on Zion Williamson. I am not. The contract, I'm out. The fit with Miami is not there. I just don't want to deal with it. I'm out on Zion. Not happening. But make sure you do subscribe to the channel because we're bringing daily content and, in my opinion, the best Miami Heat offseason coverage there is, whether it's trade, rumors, news, draft content. We have it all here on a daily basis. Subscribe and join today. We'll kind of round out the conversation here when it comes to what the Heat should do this offseason. If I'm taking a gamble on a trade, and Zion Williamson is as big as a gamble as it would be in a trade this offseason for Miami, I would rather take the gamble on a player that fits better or doesn't have the off-the-court issues. And what players am I referring to? I would rather take the gamble on a trade. Now, you can argue that Ja Morant's in the same category as off-the-court concerns, but LaMelo Ball is a gamble. That's more or less because he can't stay on the court. We talk about Zion not being able to play basketball games. Fun fact, LaMelo Ball has actually played in less games over the last 4 seasons than Zion Williamson. Somehow, I don't know how it's possible, but that is the truth. So the point is this. If I'm taking a gamble and I'm buying low on a player, I'm doing a guy that would at least fit with the roster. I'm just not in the business of Zion Williamson. I'm sorry, I'm not. And if you call me crazy, you call me crazy, but I'm certainly not doing. Even if it only costs the Heat Andrew Wiggins and Duncan Robinson, which to get a talent like Zion for that price tag would be a ridiculous steal because of all the reasons why I listed: the fit, the contract, the injury, the off the court. No world where I'm doing a trade for Zion Williamson. And if the Heat actually did that, which I would be stunned if they did, I don't think they would, I would actually be upset. I actually think I would. But I named some trade targets. You can let me know your top Heat trade target for the offseason. Is it a Kevin Durant? Is it a Ja Morant? Is it Trae Young? Is it a DeMar DeRozan? You drop a name and play GM for me.
On YouTube or on your favorite podcast app. Thanks for making Locked On Heat your first listen every day. I'm Wes Goldberg here with David Ramil. Both of us are credentialed Heat media members who cover this team every day. For daily content on the Heat, click that subscribe button and join almost 17,000 YouTube subscribers. Also, make sure you are following us on your podcast app. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins on FanDuel. Have a great show for you today. It's Friday, which means it's time for our weekly draft. This is our wish list transaction draft. These are the things we would love to see the Heat do this offseason. Everything is on the table. Free agency, trades, the draft, all of it. It's all on the table. We have an opportunity here to shape the Miami Heat, at least in our dreams. And usually I do these Friday drafts with David, but today it appears I'm doing them with somebody else. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely, bro. Bro, I am so strong with this team, so I got to come and represent, bro. This is Jose from Kendall. I got to come over here and tell you what to do because you guys can't do your job. Look, I love your show and everything, bro, but you guys are such suck-ups to the Heat front office, so I got to come on here and tell you what to do. So let's get to it, bro. It's Jose from Kendall. Let's represent, baby.
All right, Jose, come out swinging here. This is pretty aggressive right off the bat, but
I'm right, bro. 305 culture. Un cafecito right now. I got started early. Let's go, bro.
All right, well, since you're all hyped up on caffeine, why don't you take the first pick?
No heads or tails?
Nope, you get it.
All right, sweet. Well, bro, let's be honest. We got to fire Sleepy Pat, bro. Like, what is up with Pat? He can't get the deal done. He's always like mincing around trying to get like this deal done. Dame Lillard, Kevin Durant. Like, what are you doing, bro? Why can't you just throw in some picks? What are you doing? Like, you haven't done anything since the Big Three, and we all know Dwayne Wade was the one who brought LeBron James here. It had nothing to do with Riley. So what are we even doing here? Like, Riley is old. He's like un abuelo up there in a rocking chair. Like, what is he even doing? Like, we don't even see him anymore. He's falling asleep at games. He just doesn't know what to do anymore. He's old. He's a has-been. Look, I love the Godfather and everything else, but, bro, he's got to go. Fire Sleepy Pat. That's my number one transaction right there.
What would you have them do after they fire Pat Riley then?
Bro, I don't even care, bro. Let's be honest. Like, anybody's better than Pat at this point. Like, does he even know anybody? Like, I mean, it's like he's always engaging in trades with, what's his name, Mitch Kupchak in Charlotte. Like, that's the only guy who'll trade with him, you know, because Kupchak played for him and everything in Los Angeles. And that's about it. Other than that, who does he even know? I've never seen him in Las Vegas. He's never there. Like, talking to anybody. Like, does he even have connections in the league? Do players even know who Pat Riley is, bro? Like, what are we even doing here? Come on, man. Like, you got to replace him with somebody younger. You know what I do? But I don't want to set it up too much. I'll tee it up in my next pick if you let me have that one.
I'll see, Jose from Kendall already know how to tease segments here. Okay, very good.
Very experienced. I've been listening to this show. Long time listener, bro.
Appreciate that. Thank you. I hear it. I get it. David and I have talked about the fact that the league has evolved in a certain way, and it's not just the CBA and the goopity schnoop numbers and all this crap. It's the players. They're different. The way that the league works is different. The new general manager, you look at a guy like Sam Presti, who has been with Seattle and now Oklahoma City forever, literally since 2007, but is young. And you look at some of the GMs in the league, and they're young, and it's very Theo Epstein-y, and it's a lot of that going on. And Pat Riley is definitely a remnant of a different time. He is almost a hieroglyphic at this point, and I don't even mean that as a pejorative. He's long in the tooth. I get it. The guy has also had incredible results. And when I hear people say nobody respects him, nobody cares about that stuff, nobody cares about the Pat Riley Godfather thing anymore, I don't think that's true, because you start talking to players in the locker room, in Miami's locker room, guys like Davion Mitchell or other players over the years who come over from different situations, they say, yeah, Pat Riley, man, that was crazy. Like, first time I met him, it was not like, there's an aura about Pat Riley. To use the terms of the Gen Z here, he does have aura, right? That is something that's happening. But moreover than that, he's not the only one. He's not calling all the shots. You've got Andy Ellsberg. You've got Adam Simon. Eric Spoelstra is very involved. Nick Arison is very involved. There's sort of this, there's a sort of like this group at the top of the Heat organization calling the shots. So, Jose from Kendall, you want to fire Pat Riley? Fine. Okay. But who's going to do it? Who's doing it? He's 80 years old. Mickey Arison's going to walk in and Bill Belichick him to a Robert Kraft. That's what's going to happen here?
Bro, listen, I'll tell you who I think is a good candidate later on. He's a little bit younger, and he knows this team really well. But I know how to tease segments, like you said. But let's be honest. You're just defending Pat Riley because you don't want to lose your credentials, bro. Like, I mean, that's what this is.
Right, because Pat Riley is intimately involved in who gets and who does not get credentials. Like, he like he cares at all about any of that.
You
All
love
right.
you love that locker room access. I know how it goes.
It's my pick here in our wish list transaction draft. Number one, trade for Giannis without having to give up Bam.
There we go.
That's my wish list. I get it. I understand that there's people, Giannis and Bam can't play together. There's spacing is an issue, all this stuff. All right, nerd. I don't care. Get Giannis, get Bam, figure the rest of it out. Give me the talent. That's where I'm at. Giannis is a top 3 player in the NBA. There's a reason why the entire league is waiting on him to make a decision. Because if he's out there, even at 30 years old, I mean, with the contract and all of it, he would be the biggest player to move since Durant in 2019. To be actually on the, like Luka, I guess this past trade deadline, but nobody knew who he was out there. To be a star that was potentially on the move that people are readying for, he would be the biggest star since Durant in 2019, and you could argue maybe even more than that. Giannis is a perennial MVP candidate, not a perennial MVP ballot guy, right? We're not talking about even Jason Tatum or Jalen Brunson. He is a perennial guy to win the trophy, to win the MVP trophy. And if you have him on your team, he gives you an opportunity. These Milwaukee Bucks teams over the last 2 years have not been good, and they've still almost won 50 games each season. That's because of Giannis. I don't know why I'm even doing the hard sell on Giannis to anybody listening to this. Yeah, everybody knows how great he is. But if you can get him while also keeping Bam, I don't even know if it's possible, but we're not talking about possible necessarily here. We're talking about the wish list. That's my wish.
Do you even watch games, bro? Like, what are you talking about? How are you going to put Bam out there and Giannis? Like, get me Giannis, absolutely. But get Bum Adebayo off my team, dog. Like, I don't want him anywhere near here. Like, what are you going to take that little 15-foot mid-range jumper? Like, what is he doing? Like, no. He's a bum. Get him, trade his salary, get some real players to run Giannis. Let's go. That's what we do here in Miami. We win titles, baby. Not with Bum Adebayo. He's not going to bring anything to the table.
Is that your next pick, trading Bam?
No, it's not.
So go ahead, take your next pick.
Fire Eric Spoelstra, bro. What are we talking about here?
House. Why don't you just lead with that?
Spo is you know why? Because I'll tell you, he could fill in for Riley. At least he wants to pretend he knows basketball. He could go up there. At least he's younger. Everybody respects him, Hall of Fame coach or whatever. Let's see if he can actually put a team together. Maybe he's still got Andy Ellisberg there with a whole salary cap, whatever. But, Spo can't coach. He's got Khalil Ware sitting on the bench, bro. Like, he doesn't even play him. It's like he's a 7-footer. He doesn't even know how to coach big men. He doesn't know how to use a point guard. He puts Tyler Hero out there for too long. Like, what's he doing? Like, he can't win anything without LeBron. Eric Spoelstra is so overhyped. It's not even crazy. He's just, to me, he doesn't know what he's doing out there. He doesn't know what to call timeouts. We all saw that fiasco in Detroit this year. He's washed, bro. That divorce is killing him, and he doesn't even know what to do anymore.
What, you want to hire Tibbs instead? What do you want to do?
Tibbs? Oh, bro. Like, that guy, I mean, he's going to play. At least the good news is he's going to play Adebayo 40 minutes a game and run his knees into the ground, so at least he'll be off the team in that way. But, I don't know anybody. Get Mike Malone or one of those guys. At least he knows how to coach big men. Look what he did with Jokic. Maybe he can do the same thing. I don't know. We'll see if maybe he could coach his team to a title because Spo ain't got it. It's like you got 3 of the best players in NBA history, and LeBron, Dwayne Wade.
The Phoenix Suns and Miami Heat both had disappointing 2024-25 seasons. The Suns missed the playoffs and play-in tournament despite having Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. Mike Budenholzer was fired as head coach after just 1 year in the desert. Meanwhile, the Heat were forced to trade Jimmy Butler after the All-Star requested a trade. Miami traded Butler to the Golden State Warriors. While the Heat made the playoffs this year, unlike the Suns, they were swept in the first round by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Suns are widely expected to trade Durant this offseason, and one NBA analyst believes the Heat should acquire the future Hall of Famer, who only has 1 year left on his contract. Durant averaged 26.6 points, 6.0 rebounds, and 4.2 assists for the Suns this season, while shooting 52.7% from the field, 43.0% from beyond the arc, and 83.9% from the free throw line. He turns 37 in September. So, is Durant worth it? The answer is yes, at least if Khalil Ware continues to grow as the team hopes, Quinn wrote. That might not be the case if the Boston Celtics were still at full power, but with apologies to the Indiana Pacers, The Eastern Conference throne is vacant right now. There is no obvious juggernaut holding it. A team built around Tyler Herro, Durant, and Bam Adebayo would have a real chance to seize it. That chance would rise significantly if Ware takes a major step, or if the shooting Davion Mitchell showed with the Heat last season persists. Miami always develops depth. Durant has career averages of 27.2 points, 7.0 rebounds, and 4.4 assists with the Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, and Suns. KD won 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs with the Warriors, but hasn't gotten back to the NBA Finals since leaving Golden State for Brooklyn in 2019. And you, fan, what do you think about Kevin Durant's situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.